Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a video, but I felt inspired recently by a lot of people being affected by these different energies that a lot of us are sensing coming in at us right now. And I want to talk about the energies a little bit, but talk more about how to resource and support your system while this intensity is all around us. And when I talk about this intensity and this energy, I'm talking about, for one, the eclipse season. So we're still in this window. We're gonna experience our third eclipse in a row this Saturday morning, well, for some of us, and these eclipse energies bring about all kinds of things. They show us, they reveal to us a lot of things that we need to see, or they just make it easier to see some things that we need to work on, or maybe even reveal to us some things that we had no idea even existed. So they're there to help us. These energies are there to help us, but sometimes they're painful and difficult. Other things going on are various planetary retrogrades, and these can manifest in various ways depending on the planet and the planet's characteristics, right? But as the most common and most well-known one is Mercury in retrograde, which we are in right now. And I mean, I'm not going to go into the specifics about what that causes, but basically what is going on is with all these retrogrades and the eclipse season, and then today there's a special Lionsgate portal of some sort that I'm really not super familiar with, but it's a whole other dimension added onto this that causes some intensity that we can feel. So there's also things like the Schumann resonance, which has been spiking a lot this past year, but even more so over the past month or so. And so a lot of us will hear about, ascension and evolution and awakening, and really that's what these energies are for. They're to help push us forward and help uncover, unravel, and really let go of the things that aren't serving us or the highest good of this realm. So a lot of times that's not very comfortable, but there are some ways to kind of ride that wave rather than getting sucked and pulled down under it and just feeling overwhelmed. I myself have experienced the overwhelm of these energies, especially during my Kundalini awakening process and the integration of that energy, because my system was so unstable. My nervous system it was constantly freaked out, basically. It wasn't regulated. So when these energies would come in, I would be completely knocked over, and I was just praying for them to just hurry up and finish. Now I have a lot of tools, and my system is much stronger, and I have a lot of faith in my system, so it doesn't knock me over. I don't get totally freaked out. There are moments, of course, when I'm like, come on, just like most other humans, we don't really prefer discomfort. But it is a part of being in a human body. So anyway, I want to share some of the tools that I've learned, some things that work for me, and because I see a lot of people just struggling a little bit with these energies, and there is the obvious trusting, right, that this is a process that is necessary and beneficial and for the highest good of all, but it's also a part of really doing your best to not resist what's going on, helping your system let go on all levels, and for some people like me, that's detoxing physically, but it's also detoxing emotionally, old patterns, spiritually, stuff that we're not really clear is going on in our spiritual body, and then emotionally, a lot of us feel that part, mentally, right? There's that part as well, because we have the 4 different bodies, but the emotional part, I think, is what most people are feeling the most, and so it stirs up a lot of things that are needing to be released and purged, and that will manifest in your different bodies in different ways. So I just know it's not pleasant for a lot of us a lot of times, but it doesn't have to be that bad, okay? Some of the things is spending more time in nature. That's one thing that's helpful. Even if you just go for a walk that's in a more naturey area, in a park surrounded by trees, by a lake. For me, myself, I'm fortunate and I live close to a pine forest. It's right down the street. But I also, more than that, I lay on the earth in my backyard. Laying on the earth is really helpful in transmuting and releasing these energies. So it helps us to release, and also the earth energy we're absorbing into our system, and it's allowing our system to feel more balanced and stronger. So that's a great one. I do that a lot before bed, actually, and that oftentimes does help my sleep be more restful and less agitated with these energies. If you do that, don't lay on plastic or something. Do your best to have cotton or nothing, if possible, between you, your body, and the earth. Another one that I like to do is use different grounding stones. My favorite right now is black tourmaline, and I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. But black tourmaline is my favorite. There's other ones like obsidian or hematite, jasper. There's a lot of different grounding stones. And for me, what this means is I basically put this big hunk of black tourmaline right in between my legs at my root to help ground my system. And I just sit it there, depending on how long I'm sitting and what I'm doing, anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. So another great simple tool. Diet is a huge part of this, and I've had to figure this out by doing my own little dance. I'm on a healing path, healing from chronic illness, so diet's already a huge focus of my day, my life. So, but for me, rather than eating raw food, like the whole food these days, I usually do that until dinner. But these days, with all this energy being so heightened, I actually juice a lot more. I literally juice throughout the day until dinner time, and then I do something really light, some kind of vegetable dish, very low fat, if any. And really, I don't eat grains anyway, but if you do eat grains, you try to avoid that as well as meat, because these things are harder on your system to digest and process, and these energies they require a lot of energy from your system to process. And when we're detoxing emotions and old patterns and toxins, it takes our system a lot of energy to flush all this stuff out. So when we're able to help support it by eating or drinking, our nourishment in a way that supports the liver and is lighter, it's a lighter way of eating, we're going to make it easier and smoother, this whole process, because there's less weighing our body down. There's less of a sludge to get through. So yeah, I suggest, if you are going to eat less meat, less grains, and less legumes, because they take more work for your body to process. Or you can try juicing like I do until the evening, and it seems to really help out my energy levels, and I feel like my nervous system is more regulated as well. But you got to make sure you do enough. You can't just do juice in the morning and then juice for lunch, and no, you got to do it every hour and a half, 2 hours, and a good amount too. Another great one is various teas. So for me, I do a lot of lemon balm. This is a great brand if you don't have fresh. Nettle leaf. And lemon balm is great for your nervous system. It's great for helping you relax. So I actually mix this and nettle leaf together. And the nettle leaf is really supportive of your liver filtering out and processing. It's really great. It's a friend of the liver. And right now, the liver is processing a lot. So these two together, I do a lot in the morning. And there's also this other great detox one that helps support the liver. Everyday Detox, the lemon version, has different ingredients and is better. So teas are an option as well. And I guess the last tool I want to mention is water. If you live near water, if you have access to a natural body of water, whether it's a stream, a river, or a lake, or if you're lucky enough to have the ocean, get in the ocean. It is amazing at transmuting these energies and transforming us. It's amazing at transmuting these energies and really helping to smooth things out. That's one reason that I'm being called to Hawaii. It's just being by the ocean is just so soothing for my system. It's amazing. But if you don't have these options, because right here in we're in Castle Rock in Colorado, and it's very dry around here. There's some reservoirs not too far away, but those aren't, I don't know how much those do, honestly, because they're not natural, and I don't know. I don't really utilize them very much. So, I take Epsom salt baths instead, and those are really helpful in letting your system let go, purge, and just clear out in a gentle and smooth way. And that's great to do before bedtime. So, yeah, that's, hydrating. Sorry, there's one last thing. Hydrating. Make sure that you're hydrating so that these things can flush out, And it's not just drinking straight water. Obviously, you want it to be filtered, but you also, if it's not living water, which is fresh spring water, you want to ideally put some lemon or something, some kind of fruit in there, because it helps, or raw honey, it helps it to be more living and more activated, and it helps your system hydrate more fully. And it's just a great tool. It's super easy. And so if you're gonna drink water to hydrate, which you should, try to remember to put honey in it, or raw honey. Did I say honey? I meant lemon or raw honey. And watermelon juice is super hydrating, as is coconut water. So those are other options to hydrate. Yeah, these are some tools. I hope you find them beneficial. I really hope that they help some of you get through this period in a smoother way. And I want to help support you and also encourage you and let you know that this will end. This whole series of cosmic events that are intense and we're feeling, those of us who are sensitive to these energies anyway, are really feeling. I want you to know it's going to pass, and it's really for the better. You're gonna feel better when it's over with and things are smoother. You're gonna feel much better if you're really going through this consciously and taking advantage of what it has to offer. So, blessings to you all and happy healing.